Hey, so Monster Hunter Wilds sucks and Capcom are a bunch of assholes, right? Hey, so Monster Hunter Wilds is getting fixed in December, and Capcom are still assholes because why the f didn't you just release the game in December instead, when I can actually play it, eh? So this game is supposed to run like shit too, and the people who made it are also assholes for doing nothing to fix it, but what am I gonna play before December? I mean, if I want a game about enacting the slow and systematic extinction of ancient species of animals, that is. Yeah, it does look kind of weird in that Dynasty Warriors, low-res textures, and simple models kind of way. No, it doesn't seem to be running particularly well in 2025 either. But the combat is still a step above average, and as a decades-long fan of that other series made recently by assholes, I am suffering enough from withdrawal to give it a shot. My tits are too big, I put the slider to the max, and now I can't even use my hands to fit through this crevice. Hey look, it's a Lego.
Come from afar, do you know?
Does that guy have a tail?
For one look at you speaks volumes.
Yes, I did put the slider to max. Did I mention that?
The North. A fierce land with still fiercer hunters.
So I am Canadian and proud of it.
Hunting is in danger of becoming a lost art.
Yeah, I know Monster Hunter isn't getting fixed until December, and even then, we can't get rid of that crappy story. No, I don't know what a Tokiden is. You should really try it though. Okay, so I'm 98% sure I should lose this fight because I have no visible health bar. Hey, Lego my Lego. So the basic idea of Wild Hearts is pretty much just Monster Hunter but public domain, and also with a weird obsession with DIY home improvement, like that game was sponsored by Home Depot or something. Yes, you extract thread from rocks, but then again, a kaiju game really has a built-in excuse to stop making sense at about the same time the first kaiju comes out. Whoa buddy, you okay? So the idea is you have to build a lot of things yourself before and during the parts where you hunt giant rats. And honestly, I'm not too sure if the gimmick is worth the effort because it really does seem like altogether a needless addition to the button mashing, when I'm perfectly capable and competent enough to just stick a knife into a bunny, so long as the controls are fluid and the action visceral. Which, like, it is, but weirdly persistent stutter notwithstanding, so I really don't understand why they couldn't have left well enough alone and just concentrated on a unique aesthetic and setting to slap the Monster Hunter framework over because there really is no improving upon perfection.
You're a hunter?
No, it's not getting fixed until December. In the meantime, I'm stuck with you.
So presumably you earn a living taking on hunting missions?
Yeah, so like I told you, lady.
Out of thin air?
Okay.
I'm a little limited in what I... Alright, let's see what I can do for you.
Hey, so can anybody guess what my main was in that other game made by assholes? Nah, that would be too obvious. Yeah, good luck with that. Nobody is playing this game anymore. So, should I just kill it now, or...? I mean, this is what I mean obviously, because the combat is good enough to stand on its own, and I honestly avoided just using the kindergarten building blocks whenever possible because the combinations to get what I want invariably interrupted whatever combat flow I already had going. And if you think that makes me a Luddite who can't adapt to newer innovations and is willingly handicapping myself to wallow in my own nostalgic values of what makes entertainment good, my counter argument is go f yourself. See, it's fine, I never use those stupid blocks for anything.
Maybe I should say prayers more often.
I didn't use any, those things suck.
Interesting.
your balls smell and are shriveled.
That's for sure. I'm really losing my touch if I can be caught by one of those balls of resin these days. Yeah, you lick this hunter's boots.
Your balls are virile and smell nice.
Exposed for all to see. A flying vine? What are you talking about?
You see, this is why you don't remember things. Your mind is ruined by your uncontrollable alcoholism.
Once we are safely back in town, there'll be a cup of sake with your name on it. I'll wait here, but if a kimono shows, I'll be easy prey.
Why are you even in this game if you're not going to put in any effort? So it's at this point the game opens up a little, allowing you to collect resources and hunt the same 2 beginning monsters. You have to molest a few more times each to get a full set of gear to wear into the village that you aren't allowed to go into until I'm told you finish killing that pig thing I should have killed earlier just to save myself the trouble.
Got away with Karakuri.
It's a good idea marred in poor execution, because if you allow players to put the traversal line anywhere they want, anywhere must be freely traversable, thereby eliminating any complications with the map. Whereas I feel the game would have been much better served to have these in specific spots you can unlock, and therefore broaden your traveling abilities as you play while maintaining some semblance of map design. Yeah, that thing. You also gotta put up radar dishes so you actually know where the monster is. So it's pretty much at this point that the game throws up a wall, not of skill, but of a gear check, because unless you've been killing upwards of at least half a dozen flower rats or that mutant squirrel thing, your weapons are just not gonna be doing enough damage to the pig in the interim to matter. Par for the course for Monster Hunter and his litany of bastard offspring, but honestly the weird stutter is getting me to the point that I'm not entirely sure the effort is worth the bother. See, mutant raccoons. It crashed on me, I had to restart. Well, I did it choosing the path of least resistance, which is to kill one rat and then get bored and slowly grind down the pig after learning all the attack patterns. Also, we can...
You saved it from being engulfed.
It crashed again. Okay, as soon as we see the village, I'm uninstalling this game until they fix it. I made it, great aesthetics, good gameplay, but like the stubbornly 30 FPS cutscenes, it is again one of those games that could have been something if it were fixed, which it never was. And considering I began playing this game purely as a palette holder for another game that should have been fixed by now, and all I got was another case of being blue-balled by another game, I might have enjoyed it a hell of a lot more if it actually worked the way it should have. Seriously, just play Tokiden instead. I'm pretty sure that game has the same breast slider barring lower resolution, and slightly pointier tits, but I know for a fact that some of you are totally into that. Okay, so y'all hate this game because it isn't the perfect sequel to a decades-long cult classic that didn't become a cult classic until the players fixed it, because it was a pile of dog shit on a stick at launch, but I don't because I never played the original pre-sequel Episode 1 cult classic before or after it was dog shit on a stick and players fixed it, so have no expectations going to this game. Other than it's a vampire ARPG, and since it's one that's not for some reason focused almost entirely on home renovations, in lieu of, you know, being an actual supernatural predator of the night, it automatically gets points in my book for not being liable for lawsuits because of fucking false advertisement.
I would be the beast incarnate.
This town's had a queen for a long, long time. When the weight of a crown gets too...
Hey, who's talking now?
Are you hurt?
Never help hobos, they bite and have rabies.
Where?
Who the fuck? You're going down, asshole!
Do not.
Okay, all y'all naysayers can go f yourselves because that was awesome. There's nothing to complain about the graphics. I've seldom seen this much interior details on first-person RPGs, and the mood and atmosphere is absolutely top-notch despite me having only woken up and walked through about 3 urine-soaked rooms of what looks to be urban slums.
I know the back of my hand like the back of my hand, and... well, that is not my hand.
It's that guy that was talking over the concept art cutscenes.
My name's Fabian.
The premise is your psyche is being inhabited by a misogynistic 1920s detective, which should contrast nicely with my 300-year-old lady vampire elder when he calls me dame, and I'm absolutely astounded by his sense of chivalry because social progress back when I was still alive was being burned at the stake for bringing my husband a cold dinner or something.
You got a name, by the way?
Many. But for now, you can call me Fire.
Why not March, Saturday, or the third door?
We must not break the masquerade.
Okay, sure.
Go! Go!
Sorry I broke the masquerade. I'm sorry, kung fu fighting was just too fun. This is supposed to be Seattle? F you, this is very obviously Toronto. So I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the list of verbal choices you would get in something like The Outer Worlds 2, but the options are there and there's really very little difference between the number of choices you get than something like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, where your order skills were always limited to being agreeable, abrasive, or a sarcastic asshole, only in this case you can bore people with world history they never even experienced and be really uppity about it, so I don't really understand what the complaining is all about.
I aided Cadiz when Napoleon invaded after his exile.
Skills, less is more. Everything is a meaningful upgrade and I don't have to do math, so I'm happy because I'm not a nerd. I mean, most of this shit is pretty cool. See, meticulous interior decoration to really give it that lived-in hobo feel.
Remember, even in Seattle...
Thank you, this is Toronto at Christmas.
Holy, that's...
Dude just jumped straight out of the Matrix at me.
You really ain't no thin blood, are you?
Thin blood. Of weak...
I don't even know who they're being racist to, but it's still good world building because now I want to look it up.
Fuck the Camarilla. Fuck the print.
Wait, you still gotta tell me which minority is the thin blood.
Holy, that's incredible.
Good job.
I broke the masquerade again. Shit, see, nobody cares. I watched one season of Buffy and the fight choreography was nowhere near as satisfying as this game. I don't even read Korean and I'm 98% sure those are AI translated and not accurate to mildly offensive to what it's actually trying to say.
Other than that, we've a passel of ghouls, hangers-on, rumors of werewolves in Schmidt's Park. Go figure.
We're just making out. I made a slutty lady on purpose so no one would think twice about this.
Oh no. That is not good.
Oh shit, plot twist. I was the one who killed the voice in my head.
And I forgive you.
Okay then, this is just Chinatown in Toronto at Christmas. What the?
I assume from the smell,
Well, my last bath was 200 years ago, so I honestly don't blame you.
no doubt you'll clean up well.
No, thank you. In my time, soap wasn't invented yet.
Now that is an expression. Penny, for your thoughts.
So the masquerade remains intact. How much do the mortals know about this murder spree?
Oh, the wayward child's all over their television news and social media. Mortals call them #VampireBundy.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Aside from Ventru, we host Toreador, an indecent number of Nosferatu, and more Bruja than I prefer.
What the f are you talking about? I never played the first game or the tabletop stuff, I'm sorry.
And I have little tolerance these days. As for Tremere, well...
You've answered nothing, and yet I'm still intrigued to find out what happens next, so I guess it's still a success in that regard.
I told Campbell not to broker with the Anarchs, but now it's evident that he disregarded my advice.
See, this is upstairs.
Find her in Campbell's office, Weaver Tower.
And these guys are still here, so I'm wondering if they were in on it or just idiots.
And the Toreador, I take it.
You will accept my invitation?
Don't do the side quest. Where the f is Seattle anyways? Americans don't know what the f snow is, and with global warming, this is much closer to Barrie, Ontario than I think Texas. Well, I guess it could be Seattle because that's the only reason I can think of as to why the streets haven't been shoveled yet. Because y'all are not used to that shit and have none of these ready to go. What tower? The word is blocked out. I'm too lazy to look or think. I've unlocked precisely one awesome power that makes enemies kill themselves, and the rest is just vampiric kung fu fighting, but even then I'm having loads of fun, because the hits are visceral, the sense of speed and ferocity impeccable, and I don't know what y'all are whining about. This game is great.
Not like this!
Where the f is the elevator? Did my game lock up? What the hell is going on? No, really. What the hell am I? Oh, so now the voice in your head shuts up. Well, there's my one gripe with this game so far. Stupid ass Fabian could have piped up at any time with "Game's not this way, elevator broke down." But no, he doesn't f***ing notice. You're a terrible detective and I'm glad I killed you.
Educate me.
Those fucking pants.
What the f is wrong with the way I dress?
Fucking Benny.
Yeah, f you too, Benny. It's like if a really emo person became a Jedi and was too uppity about actually touching the stuff they wanted.
Hello there.
I mean it. I don't want to hurt you.
Hello there.
I don't know, I think the characters are likable, especially this cute nerd chick with the fangs.
A pleasure.
So I mean, you have good graphics, decent writing, and even spent a penny on cutscenes to bring the world and story to life.
Forgive me. It's just the nomad.
You're so cute. There are enough verbal responses to shape your character while roleplaying, and all in all, nothing which that I can see is so offensive as to warrant the amount of vitriol this game is currently receiving, outside of perhaps gay Quasimodo here, who's coming off as being flamboyant for flamboyant's sake. But I'm even willing to give him a chance, so maybe you can do the same for this game. Let's keep going.
Let's get out of the furnace.
So I literally have folders on my desktop labeled install, done, work in progress, aka I actually want to play these, not ever gonna even pretend to try, and what the f are these and where did I get them? In which are cataloged by hand via downloaded JPEGs, my current game collection, in between all platforms that number into 4 digits, and the reason I have to do this like a f***ing caveman is because the gaming corpo wars means nobody has built one app which can show me every game I own across platforms, which I consider to be humanity's failure, but in the interest of cleaning house, here's everything I finished in 8 minutes just to keep my OCD at bay for another week because the pills ain't doing shit, don't blink. I don't even know which one this is, they're all the same. Next.
What are you doing?
I'm not Batman, even though I'm also pretty rich and handsome. So I don't feel like any of you truly understood the story and satire of The Outer Worlds. Full review coming soon, sub now. Ada's ass, Ada's ass, Ada's ass. If that's wrong, I don't want to be right. The game starts with a trillionaire asking for money to avert the robot dinosaur apocalypse, but how could money still have meaning in a robot dinosaur apocalypse? It makes no sense. Also, Aloy is whiny, 0 stars. I knew Kratos back when he was still fun, and also Atreus is whiny, 0 stars. They promised to fix Wilds in December, it's now November, now I have 100 stars. Whose breasts are bigger, Nate or Lara? Okay, what else is here?
I'll always be here.
張って絶対人気のストリーマーになって。
I like God of War when Kratos was still fun. Also, Sora is whiny, 0 stars.
What? No fair! What about my...
Schoolgirls fight dick monsters. Never changed, Japan. This isn't Castlevania. This is Castlevania.
Now listen here, Clarence.
This is the one where the Nazis honestly had the better campaign. Who has bigger tits, Lara or Drake? Answer in the comments below. I never laugh, 0 stars. I don't understand why y'all like New Vegas so much. When did I buy this? No, really, when did I buy this? Hey, he didn't say the line. Has some of the best concept art ever drawn in gaming, fight me. It's not even just the boobs. Hold on, I have to show you guys something. Why isn't it?
Get right!
Stay on target.
Yeah!
Stay on target.
Initiating attack program.
Stay on target.
Surrender immediately.
Alert. Counterattack incoming. Hostile life form detected. Alert. We are being watched from below.
Yes, there it is. The victory pose doesn't come up all the time, and I hope you appreciate the f***ing effort it took me to show you just why Soul Calibur 6 is perhaps the best game ever made in human history. I mean, can you even name another game where arguably the primary purpose of the title is to make your own voluptuous anime waifu, and then show her off online with as many settings and variables and as much effort as was obviously put into the character creator, to the extent that, hold on, he's gonna say the line.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
An entire separate campaign was added into the game so your bubble butt avatar can be isekai'd into the Soul Calibur canon to rub shoulders and elbows with all-time greats like Cervantes and all the girls with the big tits, and Siegfried and Killick, whoever the f he is, where all the budget has been spent animating Sophia's ass, so all you had to make do is with beating the crap out of mooks with copy-pasted movesets and suffering through cutscenes consisting entirely of still, albeit still great, concept art with atrocious voice acting. Which is really the game's way of telling you this is the theme of the story, that wanting too much out of life, as in these bitching cursed swords, will leave you with less and also become a monster. Man, I wish we would get a sequel to this, but we won't because all you fuckers are still playing Tekken. Fuck you. Anyway, here's Elden Ring. I honestly don't know why y'all like...
Time to fly, 621.
I honestly thought the schoolgirls fighting dick monsters thing was a lot better because the gameplay here is relatively unchanged. But the story a definite step down as we trade a potent allegory for adolescent growth in a world of sleazy, uncaring adults willingly throwing away the futures of their own children for personal gains for a rabbit and an elf with no ass. The best soccer game now that EA lost the license, they should apply with FIFA.
The alpha. You should go and get treated.
What? Can't Alpha?
Holy shit, what the fuck is this? This is not funny. Elderly abuse is no joke. Water textures are shit, 0 stars. You'd think the game is stuck in an infinite loop or something, but nope, this is actually how it plays. 10,000 out of 10 stars for the story. I honestly think the series should have never gone 3D. I honestly don't remember ever buying this. Somebody stole my credit card. Help! Space math, space math, space math. No stars, I'm not good at space math, I'm a writer. I honestly like this version of God of War better. So I can't record any footage, but trust me when I say I did finish this game. I honestly don't know why Nintendo is so uppity about people recording their games as free advertisement. I mean, you'd think they would ask devs not to disable the recording function because honestly, if we can't catalog everything we do in 2025 in our free time, why even live a life at all? This game does have a record function, it just doesn't work on the Switch 2. What do you have against us billionaires who can afford to upgrade Nintendo? This is my brother's Steam account. That little shit is a sick fucking pervert.
I'm a member of STARS.
Spine Buster! Isn't it up? Powering out in one.
AEW is better, fight me.
1, 2, 3.
I am personally blaming all of you for not buying this game, and therefore we will never get a sequel, and the X-Wing TIE Fighter series dies yet once again, which is a deep stab to the heart of this wounded millennial. Oh shit, we're running out of time. Hate this. Like this? Was okay. Remake didn't even have the scene. Fuck you. Love this. What the fuck? Pretty good. Hate this. Overrated. Best Borderlands. Love this. I just showed you the best part, now fuck off. I, for one, never played Hollow Knight. What the fuck are you talking about? Is this the Hollow Knight? I will say, however, that in terms of 2D cartoon animations, this is very well done, and comes as close to those kick-ass cinematics we used to get in all the proper Souls-likes before it sold out, and started using shitty concept art with an overly enthusiastic voiceover. Oh. That somehow became even more popular because I guess once you're in a cult, you're in for life, and the leader can shit on your head and you'll beg for more. No, seriously, who is he? And let me go look this up because as is required by federal law, no Souls-likes are allowed to tell you anything like context or background information on what the f is even happening. Oh, that's a girl. What's her problem? How many hits does it take to... No, really, what's wrong with her?
What is it, your period?
So the gimmick here is Silk, used to give yourself back some life so long as you keep hitting the other guy, and I'm not gonna lie, the stellar artistic direction is a textbook example of doing more with less, thereby proving over-designing and just bolting random bits of metal to your character until they become an incoherent mess of conflicting artistic visions really doesn't hold a candle to being instantly recognizable and being really memorable, simply by the merits of being a little murderous bugs kicking the shit out of each other. What the hell? They can't afford voice acting with all the money this game made in pre-release hype, so if you can't read, you should only rent it. Also, as a longtime Souls player, I'm preconditioned to exhaust every dialogue option by repeatedly bothering NPCs like someone with no sense of boundaries on the off chance they're gonna give me some free stuff. Ooh, so pretty. What the f did that do? Is there a door here? Where do I f out of my way? See, the problem with reviewing a Cryptic's Metroidvania is that there's very little I can say beyond I'm lost again, and various grunting noises made in frustrations as you get lost again or wander into some place you weren't really supposed to go in without prior knowledge of the monstrous creatures inside, who just want to eat you, so you're left with play-by-play descriptions of what's happening on the screen, like you're narrating a video for the blind punctuated by moments of glee where you open a shortcut to a place you're not even sure you've not already visited. I bought a chair. I learned I can't head stomp bugs. I took some tools, but I'm not a tool. I met... Whoa, lady, calm down. Oh, okay, she's in sales. I'm not even sure I want to cut through this shit because the game apparently demands it. I found a hole. Ow! Motherfucker. Where does this even go? I'm making the only sensible purchase in this entire game, which is a cockroach GPS, so I can stop wandering around in circles. No, stop it. Consent is important. Help, police! I need money. The other sensible purchase in this game, which basically means once you find this one lanky bug lady, you should just repeatedly reload these two screens, killing the same critters until you can afford practically everything she's selling. You think this isn't arbitrarily drawing out the playtime? I think this game is long enough as it is and really needs to learn what the fuck the word expediency means. Oh, this looks... Oh, this is for that bug thing, isn't it? I got a side quest that I'm not planning on doing because I get lost easily enough as it is. See, what did I tell you? What, you want some more? Oh, you're a puppy now. What the? I'm working part-time in a mineral mine. Ugh. Oh, come on, that was the last wave. Okay, so you wouldn't happen to be sitting right next to one screen worth of easily defeated enemies and a bench to reset the battle, would you? I guess this is good enough, motherfucker. Alright, let's see what's... Oh shit, awesome, Beetle Ninja fight. So I'm ready to admit the game is very fun. Great art style, absolutely stellar controls insofar as a brawler goes. It's responsive and the moves are visceral, the hit detection is great and really feels like you're participating in a free-for-all with angry ants that stop giving a fuck. Enough that I don't even mind the backtracking or cryptic storytelling all that much and find them somewhat endearing. Where am I?
What's been?
So yes, worth the hype, worth the money, but probably only really worth it, if you have any choice in the matter, on the Nintendo Switch 2, because that's the only way you can play it while taking a shit.
Wishka. Wishka.
Hey, so what's your favorite Final Fantasy? No, you're wrong, it's this one. Look, I'm not gonna beat around the bush with any hey guys, today we're gonna talk about Intro because the game deserves far more. As an all-time classic and one of humanity's greatest cultural achievements, which will hopefully outlast whatever impending world, AI, global warming, cooling war looming on the horizon, so the radioactive, hyper-intelligent cockroaches of tomorrow will learn that humanity, which came before them, achieved something greater than deicide and whatever the f this was. Gameplay better than 98% of Souls-likes, which really has no relation to what I'm talking about, but it's just about all you kids understand these days. And also because I hate having to find my way around, and this game doesn't do that. And story and writing better than Game of Thrones when it was a book and not even called Game of Thrones outside of the first one, which is all you kids understand these days, and in relation to fantasy stories, more about politics than f***ing elves who don't f*** because they're too uppity and probably something which actually deserved the big budget HBO TV adaptation if those f***ers had any taste. But in order to show you what the game is today, we also have to show you what it was back in the day, here conveniently by a completely separate version you get bundled with the 2025 release. That's basically all of 4 minutes of work putting in a pirate ROM copy emulator. I don't know how programming works. But back in 1997-8, all you get is pixelated ass on your screen because, my eyes! Also, I kinda like the weird little clickety clatter that sounds like a really anxious spider scuttling over a keyboard whenever the dialogue boxes come up, but... let's just go back to the modern one, shall we? Okay, my eyes are better now.
It was a bitter war of succession.
But curiously enough, Ramza's ass is now censored, so while as a heterosexual man this makes very little difference to me, you may feel otherwise if you actually participate regularly in the Toronto Pride Parade. Bastard! This still looks like ass, but with a slightly fuzzy filter over everything. Oh well, they did say it was a remaster and not a remake. What did you expect? Actual effort? Don't make me laugh. So the game begins as an in medias res retelling of the historical ascension to the throne of King Delita Hyrule, a distant cousin of Princess Zelda, rendered a commoner in a foreign country called Ivalice, who eventually unifies the country after a brutal civil war. But posits the question that the hitherto real hero of the saga is not that asshole, but rather the owner of the pixelated ass Ramza, whom history has framed as a heretic, murderer, and all-around jerk that he probably wasn't. Here he is now.
Lad, Ramza, with me.
That guy's name is just literally Guy Erd Kid. So as the story starts, you're understandably confused because right now Ramza is a nobody mercenary sent to guard a princess. Some unknown knights are trying to abduct, whom he fights off via the time-honored medieval tradition of throwing shit at them.
Country! For king and country, my ass.
Everybody has cooler powers than you. And once the dust clears on the frontal assault at the monastery for innocent virgin princesses naive to the ways of the world and how dildos work, you find a dastardly scamp has reached the back door in perfect compliance with the rules of chivalry for respecting women's rights in medieval times. At which point the game bounces back into yet another memory that takes up all of the first chapter, in which Delita, Zelda, and Ramza pointy ass were buddies at the same frat house in their prestigious rich people's private school for oppressing plebs. Hold on a sec.
This is it!
The premise is, thus far, coming off a 50 years war in which this loser country f***ing lost, can't catch a break, tensions between rich and poor are at an all-time high because the billionaires are cutting salaries and the plebs have just discovered just because you have 12 mansions doesn't mean it doesn't hurt when you get f***ing stabbed. You know, the voice acting is so good that I'm actually getting the feeling Balbanath knew his illness isn't an accident, but loves his sons too much to call out the evil one on his treachery and chooses to succumb instead to poison just to preserve his family. Now that's good writing.
Hear me, Ramza. For generations, we Beowulfs have stood foremost of those who serve the crown.
All this shit is worth it, trust me, more on that later.
I'm eager for
because in terms of gameplay, the entire point of the game is to mix and match jobs, items, and abilities until... hold up. I didn't learn any spells yet. All I have is the stick. Shut up. On their way to report a successful oppression of the freedoms of the people, Delita and Ramza rescued this guy, who was being waylaid by bandits for being an asshole.
What? But... my lord.
Yeah, he's a loser too. This will come up later. So after some goading from one of Ramza's brothers, our heroes set out to oppress some more Poors who are gathering in numbers, at which point I remain surprised decades later how much emotion simple animations and a well-written script can convey in just a few frames.
Ramza.
And then they run into monsters because it wouldn't be Final Fantasy otherwise. It's at this point that I deviate from the story to show you how the game is actually played. At its most basic, there are two kinds of experience. Experience used for leveling your character, and job experience used for leveling jobs. In addition to little tricks like aiming at a square behind the enemy you want to hit so that your arrow still sticks him even though the game says he's out of range. And since you can learn any ability from any job provided you follow the instructions on how to unlock each job, it's at this point with only 2 random battle maps opened up, I suggest you grind like a motherfucker chained to a slave wheel to unlock all the high level jobs and abilities you need in order to mix and match because the game doesn't stop you, so why the f not? And since you get job points just by successfully performing actions, there's really nothing stopping you from killing every enemy save for one, before having your crew beat the everlasting shit out of each other for 3 hours straight until you banked all the job points. So as long as you keep letting that one chicken heal himself, the battle never really ends. And therefore the only time you leave a battle screen is once you hit the requirement to switch jobs and then going back to do it all over again.
Here.
That was a wasted turn. I'd hate inefficiency. Yes, I have OCD. What of it, huh? So that when you next rock up to the dramatic story of the game, you've already... Well, you're already massively overpowered, but it's actually quite empowering in that the game trusts you enough to break itself open for you, so long as you're willing to put in the effort. See, I already have cute ninja girls, and I'm so powerful I got nothing better to do than to beat the shit out of plot-critical characters who I know are going to betray me to teach them to know their place. Argus. I beat him, he beats others who can't fight back. It's a medieval life. Man, rescuing rich people and killing uppity poors are so much easier when you're vastly over-leveled. As it turns out, the leader of the revolutionaries didn't actually greenlight the kidnapping because I guess he thought peaceful protest might still work. But it speaks to a darker hand at work portraying the rebels as an organization based equally upon survival, as it does ideals, which again speaks to the great writing. It's the little details that makes the animations. For instance, that idiot didn't even recognize Duke Larg, who is one half of the 2 lions black and white in the War of the Lions, what makes the name of this game. I don't need any of this stuff, this is just on my way to the cool shit.
While you wage your wars that you might grow fat, we are made to starve. You call us thieves, but it is you who steal from us the right to live.
Wow, this barely applies to the trillionaires of today.
Do it, Ramza. Do it.
Oh shit, the peasants have had enough.
Let go of me! Help! Zobog!
Oh, yeah. Lord Brother, what of Tetra? Why, you? Stop this, Delita!
So, with Delita's sister's life on the line, our 2 heroes bond over some terrible whistling on the cusp of unavoidable tragedy. Not that, that's just me showing off all my hard work grinding for Bahamut in Act 1.
Or even use me if you'd rather.
Nelvuda. Slain.
Ah, the dichotomy of sisters being the source of like 68% of character development for people in this game. No, I'm not kidding. I don't want to fight, and yet I must, because Ramza has no recourse against a man's inherent greed and selfishness, and also I spent money on this game, so what the f am I gonna do otherwise?
Shadow 7 by Doomstar Cast. Mark the ending of your path. North Swain Strike! How's this?
Shit.
She's not here. I'll not warn you again. Withdraw at once, or the girl dies.
This changes nothing. Argas, loose your attack.
Yes, my lord.
10-year-old me was shocked that this happened. 69-year-old me is disgusted. 10-year-old me didn't see it coming because classism means Tietra was never gonna be saved as a hostage so much as she was gonna be removed from the equation by those in power. And so we come to the final boss of Act 1, not so much an otherworldly monster with designs on world conquest, but the ugliness of human nature personified in 3 boys at a confrontational crossroads none are able to avoid. Argus sold his soul to be accepted by the aristocracy who regard him as nothing more than a tool, tool that he is, and dies. The leader completes his origin story from naive squire to manipulative bastard, and Ramza's ass loses any illusions of chivalry he might have held before on his family and knighthood in general.
What was that? The powder! Delete her! We must away! Delete her!
Wow, dude, chill. All this human evil is terrifying. Even more so than whatever the f this molting shit was.
Gods know where this path will lead us.
Oh, and there's also mercenary missions because Ramza basically becomes big boss later on and runs a feudal age outer heaven. Also a zoo.
Gafgarian, you know what to do. Kill them all!
What the shit?
A change of plans.
Well, we'll leave off for now on that harrowing cliffhanger as we'll keep going on later telling you why this is truly the best Final Fantasy of the 90s. Even more so than Tifa's tits, which is really saying something.
Something wrong?
Did it work? Did I time travel? Because this prequel to the middling sequels is really quite just...
We have arrived.
So my first all-encompassing question is, what the f is the point of this? Because the characters in this game are all of maybe 12 pixels tall and the camera is pulled back far enough that with these generic assets, you'd struggle to tell the f***ers apart from all the villagers miling about the premises waiting for Calamity to fall. So why even bother with a character creator when all you can do is maybe fap to the maybe not AI assisted alternated pitches voices because there's no breast slider toggle. And even if there was one, the breasts are maybe 1 square each, so you'd have a really hard time getting it up unless you're predisposed to getting off on colorful geometric shapes. The courses you can take and get diplomas for in this game are, in fact, in order: Fighter, Healer, and Architectural Technologies 101. No, I'm not f***ing kidding. I'm starting to get PTSD of...
One thing about humans?
From a Canadian university, no less.
A message from the Government of Canada.
There is no tit slider, I checked for you. So again, what the f is the point of this? Thank me in the comments below for pointing that out. I will admit I will never ever get tired of this fake 2-3D art style. No, I don't care what it's called. When are we getting the Final Fantasy VI Remake?
Wealth matters little when it comes to the heart.
It matters a f***ing lot because you need wealth to pay for medicine or else your heart gives out in Canada. We don't pay to see the doctor, but we do need to pay for our own drugs.
A message from the Government of Canada.
Fame is nothing more than pretense.
You, fame helps too, because with fame comes the wealth we need to pay for medicine so our hearts don't give out in Canada, where we still have to pay for all our own drugs but not to see a doctor.
A message from the Government of Canada.
To this poor hinterland.
Hey, if you can't stomach 6 months of winter at a time, you shouldn't have come here. Go back to Florida.
You know, you're not a child anymore. Now, your father's already outside doing what he always does.
Getting drunk off his ass and threatening to beat me? Where is the...
Oh! Here, I made some of your favorite. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now eat up, and go show your father who's best.
I wasn't kidding about the beatings. All those beatings.
There you are.
What?
Right there. Know your place.
Very good. Now you're a full-fledged member of the Watch.
I'm really not, because now I have a f***ing concussion and you stabbed me a bunch of times, Dad.
Don't forget what it is you wield your sword to.
All the kids of the village whom I need to beat the shit out of so they too can take up the sword to protect their own kids and then beat the shit out of them. Why? So I don't know, it seems like there's a mechanic where you can talk and maybe recruit or properly swindle anybody who is willing to give you the time of day. But if you fail the speech check, they hate you and call you a whore behind your back. Seems like a really dumb way to put the RPG in the RPG. But whatever, so long as these idiots keep giving me free stuff.
That's a shame.
Man, this is dragging, and why is your first party member a carpenter of all things?
Hey, Lorana! We brought you some wood.
What would soldiers even have to gain by coming to a poor little village like ours?
Character development for all you charisma vacuums when they burn down all your shit. That's right, f*** out of here. Please do.
I'll go find the stone instead.
But if you go...
I honestly don't understand why JRPGs do this. It's basically a do you even want to play this game you bought or not check. And if I don't, why even bother? You know what? Fine.
You'll go find the stone. You'll find azure flame stones deep within the cave outside.
Where the monsters are, I presume.
Now, go straight there and come.
Oh, so now you're not coughing anymore, you old bat? What the f is that? Your tuberculosis cured as soon as I'm willing to pick up your laundry? F you. When are we getting the FF6 remake?
I could do this and
Who the f are you?
we should be able to find out. I can't help wondering why that scholar kept staring at us.
Tight little shirt I got.
Look at his hair, he's obviously very important.
Let's make this.
Wait, I can't see the enemies on screen and it's on a random timer? It's not 1994 anymore. The game isn't even that well made. Look at all the flickering. Oh wait, don't look, you'll go blind. I'm just saying with FF6 Epic Scope, if a remake was ever done in the vein of, say, this shit, there's absolutely no way any of our grandchildren will be able to finish playing it in their lifetimes. And honestly, it seems this art style is absolutely best in class suited to bringing an old classic to life in modern times, while preserving the charm that made it special in the first place. So I guess what I'm saying is, what the f are you waiting for, Square, and why are you even spending money on this art style while making these shitty games?
Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Give me the Final Fantasy VI, the remake already. So, skills are apparently equipped like armor. What kind of sense does that make?
Be on your guard. You're part of the Watch. That means you can handle yourself, right?
No, I have severe concussion from all the times my dad beat me. Shit.
You have to be strong.
Excellent!
Give it your all.
Better be ready! I'll crush you!
Give it your all. Are you ready? It's over. Good effort.
But I guess that's to be expected after training with a captain every day.
I don't really remember too much of my training because of all the beatings and the memory loss.
What is that? Is that a ring?
Whatever, it's probably not important. What the f is that? Is she praying?
So, I guess I've done the same, except with carpentry.
I don't care about carpentry, do you? I mean, again, what the f is the point of this? F you. How can the game lag? It's literally made out of little squares. And then you go to a leprechaun festival or something, just listen to this music.
Oh, right. You're part of the Watch? I guess you won't have time to...
Then, as is tradition, the festival ends with everybody lighting their own houses on fire. This game is full of f***ing idiots.
What the? Is that fire?
Well, the village burned down, and luckily for me, it turns out I just learned, A, this game is actually a mobile port, so f that shit, and B, Octopath Traveler can go f itself because none of the titles were any good, and I don't know why I expected this one to be any different. And C, where the f is my Final Fantasy VI Remake, Square? And finally D, I f***ing wish I had a time machine because I want to go back to the past and just play the demo of this stupid ass game to save myself and you some money because you get about as far in it before you give the whole thing up. And E, not finally, it also has village construction, which is what all that nonsense about carpentry was all about. And I already played the worst parts of Fallout 4, so F, as it turns out, I do have a time machine, so wait here, and did it work? Did I time travel? Because this prequel to the middling sequels is really quite just...
hardly ever run.
Metroid Prime 4 is great, the discourse around it is embarrassing, and I'm gonna play until I get bored or the timer hits 8 minutes, whichever comes first, and use that evidence to explain why you're all wrong. No, not biased, how could I be? Shut up. Just listen to that bitchin' music. So I mean, this shit happens like, what, 70 years from now at the most? First of all, who says Nintendo doesn't have a big, bombastic, mature series aimed at 40-year-olds with the mentality of a 12-year-old? Just look at this shit. This is better than modern Star Wars because... and modern Halo, because this is Halo where you'd actually welcome the person inside the suit of artistically designed power armor to show off their hairy ass because, well... if played out of context and told you it was a Sony movie game intro, you wouldn't call me a liar. Stop lying. By the way, all that was game footage. So if nothing else, it proves if your game stutters like you have Parkinson's, it's your f***ing fault. No, it is. Look at how the black bars go away. It's gameplay. This is just Halo, but hotter. First of all, the complaint that everybody else talks about that you don't talk so much, either Samus should talk, which y'all hated, or shouldn't, which some of you are whining about now. But you know who did this exact same thing, but y'all gave no shits and indeed applaud him for? So, are you just gonna admit that you're sexist or what? Samus needs a GPS to find where she's going at all times because she's a girl.
Where are we?
See, pure gameplay. I don't know who invented doors that only open when shot at with deadly weaponry in this universe, but that shit is pretty f***ed up, yo. Oh look, an actual Metroid! This is literally a God of War boss fight in power armor. Oh look, more Metroids! Samus doesn't do drugs. Samus does need to buy another dildo, it's subconscious suggestion you wouldn't understand. Classic. I will allow the scan can probably happen a little faster because Samus needs to consult with ChatGPT for everything, or else she doesn't know what a doorknob is or does.
It's not working!
It's not even just the graphics, but the stellar artistic direction across the board. What the f***? Oh, I thought this was Space Pizza. Samus is basically the chosen one to every race in the galaxy by now, because she's the only one who ever bothers showing up for work. Classic.
Where are we?
This game looks better than Avatar, and I get to shoot all the indigenous aliens, so I'm very appeased as a racist human. Look at this backdrop. Yes, you can go there. Samus will punch the shit out of you if you trash her game. Oh wait, this is just for keyless entry.
Where are we?
Whee! Oh shit. So I just want to say, f*** you mainstream media for blowing this out of proportion because A, this guy's literally in the game for maybe 20 minutes before he becomes IT support with a really spotty Wi-Fi connection. B, he honestly talks slightly less than the talking sword thing in that one Zelda game where you had to perform aerobics to kill shit, and C, he honestly talks a lot less than the stupid whiny kids who wouldn't shut the f*** up over 20 hours of gameplay that somehow was critically acclaimed for being unreasonably budgeted babysitter simulators. And a fuck of a lot less than this crazy bitch who talks to herself for 40 hours because nobody gave her a sassy 4-year-old whose entire purpose is to point out locked doors and side quests and make mainstream critics piss down their own throats in tearful gratitude. So what the f***? Combat is fun.
Come on. Where are we?
Okay, so we have to go through this asshole here.
I'm just gonna stay out of your way. Betsy? What are you doing here? I worked on her back at
He f***ed that robot. Don't kink shame him.
Thank you. I'm gonna stay here if you wanna scout ahead.
There, that's it. Literally 20 minutes before he becomes infrequent radio guy. Why was this ever a point of contention? Puzzles are cool. I'm sorry I was too embarrassed earlier, but I have no idea what you're saying. I'm honestly not sure if this button still works if I have 5 fingers instead of 3. Puzzles are still cool. Ooh. Boss fights are awesome. Samus farts bombs now. So how do I... Oh, it's a retina scan. I'm here. What do you want me to shoot? Like I said, if you didn't mind, you've lost all right to complain because women deserve our respect in 2025.
From what I gather, the only way off this planet is to retrieve 5 teleporter keys.
See, he's translating for Samus because you have subtitles to work with. And Samus obviously doesn't know what the f is happening because those ghosts were talking gibberish. Oh look, you can see her face. She's so pretty.
Where are we?
Fighting is fun. Okay, well...
Where are...
See, I have to believe in terms of graphics, this is fully in a AAA tier, simply because of the amazing, amazing atmosphere and artistic direction.
Where?
And the puzzles are just hard enough to make those of us who excel more at killing things feel pretty smart about ourselves. Samus has better suits than Iron Man, because if you're gonna watch it ass bouncing around on a screen for a couple of hours... Okay, so about maps, shut up, the motorcycle comes later. Hold on. What the? So, about maps, what the f is that? Oh, this one is fun. It's basically a puzzle fight because he has no life bar, and now I feel smart for blowing his spinning ass up. So, about maps, motherfucker. This is fun too. Use all your skills, dodging, fart bombs, the bazooka that's been strangely weak for decades now. Why are you still complaining? Okay, maps. Might as well talk about this while I'm getting my G2 license because you say it's too linear. I say, motherfucker, it was always linear because that one through line in every Metroid and Vania has always been, just go to the motherfucking room you haven't been to, you idiot. That's basically the whole fucking point. It's always been linear with the illusion of choice, blocked off by whatever stupid color-coded door you're not supposed to go through yet because you haven't been in the only room you didn't go into yet. It's pretty much always been as linear in practice as this stupid racetrack I'm on. What the f is wrong with you? Now what? Difficulty wise, I'm playing on casual and this giant metal scrotum is kicking my ass. And I'm the best video gamer who ever lived, it's true. I have a 2-0 undefeated record in Tekken, but I'm retired now. No, you can't fight me. F off. You know what this does, let's not waste time. This is fine, look how much fun I'm having. So in conclusion, you're all wrong, worth the wait, bring on Metroid anything because Samus is pretty, and can Master Chief or Kratos do the Akira slide? Of course not, they're too fat, and their butts are too hairy, and I'm a feminist and this game is just too good for you. Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon is probably the best WRPG you didn't even know existed because I sure the f didn't until sometime this year when it stole $4 from me because I bought it on sale, refunded it because what the f is this janky nonsense. I only play the polished stuff like Starfield. And then I bought it again at full price because I have attachment issues, and now, after finally getting as far as I did, convinced me to buy the forthcoming expansion that I won't be able to see because apparently I actually want to take my time with this game and enjoy it, which means by scientific math, the game is worth at least like 2 toonies, oh Canada, and maybe even more, so here's why. First of all, look at this shit. That's some artistic dark fantasy, and it's already better than Elden Ring because it's slightly animated. And Elden Ring had Procrastination Santa money, and the best they could do was still concept art and one guy sounding like he's getting sucked off but kind of enjoying it. Oh. No, really, this is a pretty cool, moody intro.
As Avalon fractures into chaos. Old legends are gone, and the weirdness is creeping back into our lands.
I'm gonna make a hottie. What? Oh, f off then. I didn't make a gothic sex bomb just so other people can stare at my tits. I wanted to stare at my tits. Chinese unlicensed knockoff Doctor Strange it is then. This is definitely a more Oblivion rim job, and not so much Fall Outer Worlds narrative experience because I can't find anything in here that will make me good at speech checks.
So, you're a tree hugger then? We'll have to stop.
Oh shit. Yep, it's a Bethesda game if Bethesda games were actually good. That is some good armor design for like a half-eaten burger's Elder Scrolls budget. This spell is terrible. I should have gone with a big stick instead of trying to be an intellectual. What the f is a wordness mutation? Oh shit, that looks cool. Oh f, I didn't even realize this was in a loading screen concept art. Honestly, this game looks much better than Starfield. And then you have to go and save the Allspark. No really, dude sounds like Optimus Prime.
That was the beginning of everything.
For today, in the name of freedom, we will kill them all.
Oh shit, this isn't actually a loading screen again. Motherfucker. Yeah, I know it's basically a synchronized dance routine down there with sock puppets, but one, obvious effort and love is going into this game and the world they're trying to build, and two, the game stole $4 from me, but probably that's $4 paid for that fight down there, so y'all should be thanking me.
Driving away the mist and clearing the nights of weirdness.
Weirdness? That's how you pronounce the word?
Us. Here in Avalon.
Motherfucker.
We thought we'd escaped it. But the Red Death returned like a specter to haunt us.
Oh shit, this isn't just a non-interactive set piece. I actually have to press buttons. This game is awesome. I can't spawn, so what? F you. What? Speak English. Arthur Pendragon is English, you moron. So the idea here is Arthurian legend by ways of Geiger aliens, and why wasn't that on the advertisement? Because that would have at least sold 3 more copies because the idea is honestly amazing. Look at this shit.
I am Arthur Pendragon.
For today, in the name of freedom, we will kill them all.
No.
See, Allspark.
I will have to journey by your side.
So basically Arthur becomes that floating little robot in Destiny while follows you around and won't shut up. Oh, now it works. I guess it's also a Metroidvania now, but it's obviously not better than Metroid Prime 4 because Samus is pretty. Well, that tooltip is just plain wrong because I lit that motherfucker up. Awesome, rich people shoes.
And this means you have to die.
What?
I'm truly sorry. You shouldn't leave any lasting damage.
You fucking stabbed me through the face.
Island, a bunch of cowards in Camelot bring our once and future king back from the dead.
So I'm already getting an inkling of factions you can side or are forced to choose whom to side with, and that's already more depths than whatever the f this peeing on the wall was supposed to be about.
Albert! No! No!
He wants me to make a fire. How do I... So at this point, I'm gonna say the game has already won me over. Stellar artistic design and an interesting take on the Arthurian legend aside, it also seems to resemble a good version of Elden Ring with the ability to presumably sass somebody before you try to turn them into a toad, and actual quests that involve plot and story and not just the mute intern being made to go on a magical coffee run dressed up in cryptic dialogue and pretentiousness. Now we're gonna start talking to people and really playing an RPG. Oh, f nuggets. Is this a... nope. Can you do this in Elden Ring? Just steal the pants off the risen dead? Of course not. The best that game ever did was cryptocurrency, and like a pack of gum, you'd have to read a wiki to understand what the f it does. I don't even know what Pokemon that was, but all I can say is this game is punching well above its weight class. Look at this jittery motherfucker. Finally, some actual people to talk- oh, f.
Someone's out there.
Shut up, it's not stealing. He was already dead. Go f yourself. It's still trying to talk to me. That moose I killed has better facial animation than this bald dude.
Welcome.
Where's the hotel? What the f? I thought this game was finished. Who are you?
Anyway, Excalibur. You want to pull it out?
I never pull out, just ask my child support lawyers. Oh, there are speech checks. Elder Scrolls honestly don't look much better than this and usually has way more bland architecture. Like, I'm pretty sure all of maybe 12 people live in the capital in Oblivion, and the whole thing is the size of a declining strip mall. Come on, I can see it, I can see it!
It's more than a sword.
What? Oh, I get it. It's pulling better ideas from other games, but also showing a lot of restraint in what to steal. Like, I'm pretty sure this means had I wanted to, I could have hoarded 5 buckets of unpeeled potatoes or something and just tanked the Master Sword if I were so inclined, which is evidence of great game design.
All mother's tits.
Hello there.
Leave me the hell alone.
Look at this nerd. I don't know where to get any of this stuff, and it goes in the game's favor that I don't really want to go out of my way to look, because like what Morrowind was, and what Oblivion and Skyrim thought they were supposed to be, this Tainted Grail Avalon thing is actually that, and feels as if it was made not to appeal to some unknown demographic of paying consumers, but like a small contingent of weirdos who like dark fantasy, are actually capable of reading at a kindergarten level, and thought Elden Ring was vastly overrated because you still needed context and shit for a story to be enjoyable, and not have to go to ChatGPT to summarize the plot because nobody ever talks to anybody. And with what I already seen, this game does deserve my $4, but maybe even more, provided it was finished. Just look at this menu, with dedicated report bug and unstuck buttons. But yeah, I'm inclined to give them my money, maybe even more, just as soon as I'm able to parse out how to navigate this math for a down payment on the rest of it. Let's be honest, nobody gives a single shit about Avatar unless every few years, growing another billion-dollar smurf, a movie drops and everybody pretends this universe actually matters, and then poof, it vanishes again until the next one. And we are currently in that tiny, beautiful window where people remember Avatar exists, which means this is the only time it's socially acceptable to talk about this game. So here's the problem, the game is actually pretty good, annoyingly good so. Good enough that I'm gonna just play it long enough to prove my point and possibly convince you to buy it, especially the new expansion, where you finally get to shoot Na'vi, which alone may justify the price of admission. And yes, before you ask, I didn't pay full price for any of this. I abused Ubisoft holiday coupons so hard they basically threw in Skulls and Bones out of pity. But that's a story for later. Let's play. So, the part of Canadian history nobody likes to talk about because we're so nice.
When the RDA discovered Pandora... You can't discover something that was there all along.
Shut up, Ari. That's literally what the word discover means. Like that piece of shit I pooped outside the toilet this morning. Was later discovered by my butler, but it was also always there all along, you f***ing moron.
Hand it over.
He said drop it.
You're supposed to be speaking English on base.
There's always one house named
Why do we have to use human weapons?
Nor? We've been over this.
because they actually work and kill stuff, moron. There's always one house. I'm gonna make a hottie.
The Sky People have returned, Sarentu.
As you can imagine, I don't like the Na'vi that much. And it's not just because I'm a racist, but because it's very hard to sympathize with a race that seems to have no sense of self-preservation. I saw the movies, I saw the second movie, and if you repelled the invaders the first time around and immediately go back to singing Kumbaya and f***ing trees with your hair instead of, I don't know, adapt obviously superior technology to prepare for if and when the angry monkeys with guns come back, and then find the angry monkeys with guns who came back burning down all your shit, my only real conclusion is that your race is simply deemed too stupid by evolution to survive, and you should just give us the planet. And also, this third-person camera is surprisingly effective. Look, 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 look! But it goes back to first person again for all the important scenes, so what the f is even the point? First part is undeniably cool in this POV simply because now you can really get a sense of scale when your 9-foot blue cat is bouncing about office space made for the size of an average human.
Ow!
Pussy.
No!
Pussy.
Even the air is hostile here. That's...
Honestly, this part was a lot better in first person. That guy gets it. Look, I'm just saying, even if a Death Star is out of the budget of your, I don't know, twig and foliage-based economy, you can at least try to get one of the humans' radar dishes working, or just have one cool cat climb the tallest tree you can find and maybe yell if he sees gunships breaking through the upper atmosphere. No, f*** you then. But seriously, this game looks awesome. This part also loses some effect in third person, but really this game looks like $1 billion Canadian bucks.
I will help you this time.
Can I have a gun? Yeah, it's just a very elaborate Far Cry mod. Fine, I admit it.
Okay, I got it.
See, in first person, you really feel the bones crunching on the puny, hairless monkeys when you punch them.
Just I swear this.
What the hell was that?
But in its defense, it's probably better than most Far Cry games because Far Cry games were basically murder nature shooters, and narratively speaking, Avatar is a murder nature franchise. And also, first-person platforming has never ever worked.
Sorry, filter got stuck. Jin thinks he's got it figured out now. Oh my gosh, another one. I am so glad you're here.
There's always a house.
It's been nearly 16 years.
What? 16?
Oh shit, we need to get our driver's license. What the f is this, a vibrator? Don't insult my intelligence. Hooray for eco-terrorism! I'm f***ing this tree and it's giving me such a buzz. All this planet teaches are ways for you to kill people, and we're the violent aliens?
All Na'vi wear one. It is your life's journey for the world to see. For you to remember.
Hers had more beads on it.
Also, I came in here with my wallet that's missing too. Don't insult me.
The creed of the Assassin Brotherhood teaches us that nothing is forbidden to us.
Have you seen one of these before?
Seriously guys, just give me a bazooka. Seriously guys, we're being invaded. This is stupid if we don't use the ones with the bullets.
You are Sarentu, the storytellers, bringers of peace.
Don't stereotype me, I'm an accountant. I'm so pretty. I'm serious, just buy this game for how it looks. You don't even have to go watch the movies anymore. I love nature, otherwise I'd just shoot these guys.
You, stranger! I've not seen your kind before.
See, this is f***ing why we're losing. Shoot everybody who actually looks different. It's not racism, it's war. Hey, I can see your ass. Fuck you. Yes, I see your pterodactyl, but you know that's just riding a flying horse, right? Lift, weight, thrust, drag, pitch, roll, yaw, power. Combustible engines, mechanized armor, a fucking propeller. Just invent any one of these, please. Because we need air-to-air missiles and jets that don't throw tantrums because they didn't get enough treats last night. What the is wrong with you people?
I see you. Your spirit goes to Awa and your body stays to become part of the people. Thank you for these gifts.
What legendary Pokemon is that?
I see you. Your spirit goes to Awa, and your body stays to become part of the people.
If you run through the mist, you inhale all the drugs and run faster. This entire planet is basically one natural narcotics factory. What the f?
We Aranahe do not seek conflict.
They're already burning all your shit. You can't negotiate with aliens who burn all your shit. What the f is wrong with you people? No, really, this game is really pretty. So, one problem with third person is the normal walking speed feels incredibly slow, and you pretty much have to sprint all the time to feel like you're actually getting anywhere. Oh shit.
She can't be far. Zome is strong and brave.
She did.
What have they done to you, my beautiful?
Did you buy the game because it's so pretty yet? I see you. Go back to Awa something. So it's basically one of the better modern Far Cry games and certainly one of the better licensed games. And given renewed interest in the franchise for like, I don't know, the 2 months when the movie is in theaters, there's no real reason not to buy it since it's frequently on sale just to experience what it's like to f nature with your hair. Oh man, now I'm a bug. This planet is full of the good shit.
It is time for you to soar, my Aundu. I will bring Itu.
What have they done to you, my beautiful?
No, don't. That guy just lost his dog, so your solution is to buy me a dog in front of him? That's cruel even by my standards. I can't play anymore. I haven't even gotten my flying dinosaur horse yet, but given how this game plays, I'm sure it handles exactly like a Far Cry helicopter. So here's how that would look. Go buy this game. It's really good and also super cheap if you abuse Ubisoft holiday coupons, and they give you a pirate game for free if you know how to math. Claire Obscure whatever did not deserve to win Game of the Year. Yes, I'm sorry for saying so, since I'm sure all the people who worked on it were very nice French-Canadian countrymen. But the truth still stands that the game was and is only critically and commercially lauded for the most ingenious reason of being a JRPG that was made by white people for white people so that white people who didn't think actual JRPGs were white enough. Hold on. I missed that. White people who didn't think actual JRPGs were white enough can now rest assured that what they played was not a JRPG because anime is for weebs. And somehow if you just make everybody's face look vaguely like jobbing TV actors instead of pointy chin, spiky haired oriental blow up sex dolls, then the distinction becomes very clear and the accolades totally valid. Ha! Ooh. Should have countered through that one. If this was the great sword, I could have just tackled right through it, but c'est la vie. Yeah, I know. So, Game of the Year. It's gonna win Game of the Year everywhere, Claire Obscure, whatever. But since apparently we only have one outlet that counts, or like 1.5 if you add Steam votes. You know, that thing where everybody just glazes the latest Garfield racer for giggles or whatever. And given consumers have the attention span and financial acumen of crippled magpies easily distracted by shiny pieces of foil, I have no choice but to bow to public pressure. Wait. Come on, get back here. And base my totally factually unbiased and justified rant on the one with all the aforementioned jobbing TV actors to legitimize it. So I guess all the way off IGN, GameSpot, Nintendo Power, Edge Magazine. Yeah, that one might actually be a porno mag now, given the name. And, well, basically everybody else who ever tried to release print media 40 years ago to those dumbass teenagers of $10 in the late 90s or 90s money. Just to learn, the Nintendo 64, back then, could totally kick the PlayStation's ass. No, actually not, because I own a PlayStation. as it was sponsored by the Kyoto Tourism Board. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. Chop, chop, counter, counter, chop, chop. So, Claire Obscure Game of the Year, but what I'm more interested in talking about is Game of the Year in narrative. What f***ing narrative? Because you say great story, I'm calling you a liar. Because again, you like Claire Obscure because it makes it not embarrassing to tell people you like JRPGs by having all the... Oh. Well, this isn't going to be long enough for mid-rolls. Oh, man. Okay. So, JRPG protagonist vaguely looking like how you would like to look in a mirror, because that story is really just bad from the get-go, since the entire premise is the Painter's countdown, wiping out humanity by age group, but that itself is stupid because it's a countdown, and if she starts to the counting at like 4,000, nobody gives a and if she starts at 100, nobody still gives a until she at least clears 65, because if you're not fit to deliver my mail, what use does society have for you besides becoming president, apparently? And then once, say, the Painter reaches, like, single digits, why does she even bother to count? Because 8-year-olds are not going to have the mental maturity needed to lead a crusade against her, so immediately the story is dog shit. Okay, no, this is really not enough for mid-rolls. Before this, the opening cutscene has finished setting the stage. And what I'm saying is, I have always thought, through the number she paints, that it was random, and thus you can have stakes and narrative weight and conflict and shit, because, you know, if you're 12, maybe you don't want to lose your hot MILF mom, because her number came up this year, so you become a child soldier. Maybe if you're 40, you don't want to lose your hot MILF wife. Okay, you know what? I have to switch to something else. And if you're 40, you don't want to lose your hot MILF wife, so you enlist as well. Maybe if you're 22, you still tag along because you don't want to lose the hot MILF you're f***ing behind her 40-year-old husband's back. And maybe Expedition 33 is the actual number of times they try to do something about it before it's stuck, and not because the whole game is about basic arithmetic or whatever. So I guess what I'm saying is I already wrote a better story in my head, and this game failed to live up to my expectations. I just want to kill shit. Yeah. Not to mention spoilers. No, I don't give a f. In the end, the whole game turns out to be a dream sequence because in the real world, it's about a literal war between concept artists. In that house, they literally show concept art of this game, and writers who probably thought a countdown timer for retirees counts as narrative tension. But then it also wins best artistic direction. Like, what the f? It's just white people covered in brown shit fighting like vaguely geometric shapes for 20 hours in identical Nazi-coded uniforms. So what am I missing here that the real artistic standout of this year in Metroid Prime 4, you know, isn't even nominated because Samus is so pretty. But yeah, sure, take best performance because real artist deserves it, Shart. And then for some reason, Hades 2 wins best action game. I didn't even finish that shit. Because it was just Hades 1, but girl. And I'm always right. I'm 2-0 undisputed, undefeated in Tekken 8 Universal Galactic Champion, but retired now. No, you can't fight me. F*** off. But then Hollow Knight wins action adventure, so there's an action category and an adventure category. So what the f*** is even the point of that? Where's the adventure action category? Because that's just totally different. And then somehow Claire Redfield wins best RPG, you know, despite being literally a linear turn-based Souls-like with a wobbly Sekiro counter bolted onto it. When Kingdom Come 2 simulated buckets full of medieval shit for no reason. But what really irks me personally is the fighting games category. Because as multiversal reality altering 2-0 undefeated Tekken 8 champion of the cosmos, retired now. Eat wall, sucker. You know, I do have a lot to say here. And it basically boils down to Ronaldo won. And not even like the bald one, because yeah, we know your award is a sham and pay to win or pay to play to win scenario. But you didn't have to make it so obvious for Saudi oil money. But then I saw a bunch of, awards that don't even matter, and at least Final Fantasy Tactics won something, so everybody applaud Ram's censored ass, I guess. Until I got to, best content creator or whatever, which should have been me, obviously, as a 2-0 perfect record, flawless victory. Tekken 8 champion, retired now, but I guess at this point, Yeah, stab that fat ass. These, stupid ass rocket guys, you always get them first. Eat wall again, sucker. I should obviously tell you about.
We have arrived.
So you like wastelands and cowboys and alternative history, eh? Well, it just so happens I also write books. Genuine novels with plot and characters, and this one is available now on Amazon about an alternate World War II Pacific theater that is like Firefly mixed with Inglourious Basterds.
See how feeders into your Nazi boss.
And I also have a Patreon now where if you subscribe, you get DRM free versions of the same books as soon as they come out. Why? Because I like money. Also because I'm posting entertainment opinions on YouTube, so frankly, I should have done this years ago because I'm completely without capability for shame.